Hello everybody, Astocky here, and welcome to another episode of my Buildcraft and Botania. You can see from looking down there that it's probably what, 2/3 of the way down? Maybe a bit higher. It's kind of hard to judge perspective from here. Call it 30 blocks above ground, so we still haven't quite got to the good stuff yet. Getting a bit of weird lag. That's most odd. The reason I brought you over here is to show you that I have updated this. These are now the biomass engines using the biomass from before. Worth noting is for some reason they don't actually put out all of the power that they produce. So even when the fuel gets down to less than one bucket, so it can't bring it over to here, it still continues to have that power that it will keep putting through. I also had to update this to golden pipe because these are 50 each. And the previous one could only take 160, so basically the fourth one just didn't get used. This is still set to just produce a tiny amount. I'm using the end IO tank to basically bring 16 buckets at a time over and throw it in. You can see it's been, I've probably done that 2 or 3 times so far. But yeah, so that's that setup. Oop, Enderman. Yo, Mr. Ender Dude. I can hear him in the face. Okay, you get to die. Sharpness 3. Epic. I'm actually starting to think that, I might get more ender pearls with a looting 3 sword than with the end. So I'll probably have to hit them once with this so they can't teleport, and then zing them with this until they die and drop lots of ender pearls for me. I'm thinking of updating my Botania setup to use the Entropy something iridium. I don't actually know the name of it. I've got the book there, but I don't want to go opening the book up and having a read out in the middle of the night. Chicken scared me. It's a bit sad. Because the block, or the thing that I was thinking of making, is the one that when you explode TNT it gets lots of power. So what I actually did is I came over here and saw just how much TNT I could make, and it's not that much. It's a bit, but it's not great. Heaps of ender pearls though. Off camera I've just been making up lots of my, pretty much just iron, but I've been grinding up all of my ores. This thing is filling up quite rapidly, and I'm going to have to fix that soon. I also found that you can make apatite blocks. Did I change anything in here? I don't... yes, lava coils. Neato. I've had this gold wire in here for ages, and you've probably even seen it. But basically, this gold wire unhardened is made from 3 ground gold dust, and it gives you 2. And then for every 1 you smelt, it gives you 2? Let's check that out. See, every one you smelt gives you 2. Should have 6 pop out, and the next 2 will pop out and make 8. I've already made 3. I need 4 of them to get that eureka moment. Oh, come on, really? Now I was feeding things into this with the hopper, and I had my other coil on the bottom, but that's not going to work for me now. See, these lava coils are actually pretty cool. So now if I grab my Eureka book, I've now unlocked diamond coils. Now, 1 single diamond coil is just unbelievably fast if you point enough lasers at it. But the way these work, see how that has no lava, no lava, no lava, no lava? But I've cooked up That's odd. It should have actually had some lava in it. But yeah, it doesn't take lava like a regular sort of setup does. The way it uses lava or gets lava, it has to be piped in. So rather than setting up a complicated set of pipes in there, what I've actually been doing is using this once again. No, I hate doing that kind of stuff at night. Yeah, do a quick dash over there. Should have remembered to do this while I was there before. You know, it is sometimes you just forget these things. The actual last time that I was doing these, it actually took me a while to realise that I couldn't use stone pipes. And these things are built up like a 800,000 RF each. So you can see now it's actually run out of biomass, but it's still providing the same amount of power because it still has all that energy stored up into it. So this will, yeah, it'll keep mining for quite a while at the same speed, just because. I've also unloaded this a couple of times because there was just so much in it. But what we want to do now is go lava bucket. In fact, now that I've done it, that's probably not what I wanted to do, because I don't really want all that much lava. Give myself an A+ for not thinking, but I really only just want 4 buckets of lava. And the reason for that is I want to make sure, you know, I put 1 bucket into each one, because I'm not entirely sure how controllable the process is. It's definitely fast though, so definitely give it something. And again, this Sojourner's Sash is just it's just an absolute amazing piece of equipment. I don't know how I live without it. So now what we do is we put this on top, 1 bucket of lava in, pop it back off, and now if we right click, you see, no, I put a bucket in you. Everybody just saw it. So I put a bucket in that one as well. Okay, I'm starting to think this is glitching on me. I tested this, you know, well, I suppose it was a while ago in non-game time, but not even, you know, a day ago in Minecraft time, and this worked just perfectly. So I guess all I can do now is throw something in there to cook and see what happens. This is my go-to when I need something to check. It's of course still, you know, making trees, cooking it up. There you go, so it does have a good amount. Don't know why it was showing 0, but now that it's used some, it's showing the correct amount. So it's going to cook a stack. I think it actually cooks pretty close to 2 stack, using 100 millibuckets of lava in each of them. I don't know how that equates to how it would work in a normal furnace, but this is pretty quick. It could probably do even more, but I haven't got a way of feeding items into it. I could pipe them in through the bottom, but I'm mostly just a bit too lazy. But none of that is what we actually said at the end of last episode we were going to do. This, on the other hand, this is going to be a terrasteel agglomeration plate. I should learn how to pronounce that word. Hopefully these are interchangeable. They're not, they never are. Oh, got it. That was as much luck as anything. So it goes boop, in the center. Nice. Now we need a spark. Two more mana petals. I don't actually have 2 mana petals. Okay. It's okay. Okay, making a spark, making a spark. The rate that these things transfer mana is just brilliant. They're just amazing things. So I've got diamond, ender pearl, mana steel to make you. Now that doesn't have enough mana in it to make it, but thankfully here's one I prepared earlier. Accepting mana from items. So we'll just throw my whole tablet in there. And then I think we should have enough to make our first piece of terrasteel. It's except for this, which is one tablet full, so that'll allow me to fill my tablet back up. It's pretty much going to drain me out, so obviously this second piece of terrasteel for the Alfheim portal is going to take some time. But at least we know it's going to work, so let's make sure I haven't got ring of magnetization on. We want one of them. Really? Okay, let's try this again. Beautiful. Got lots of particles, we've got lots of mana coming from all the different mana sparks that I had. Watch the pool just going down there. Getting more and more green. More and more green. This is a beautiful thing. More and more green. Oh, there's like a fancy texture as well that appeared. 1 terrasteel ingot. That should be achievement get, seriously. Got left a bit less than half. Well, that'll be something I will need to deal with later. Because at this point I just don't have what it takes to make any more. Although I have massive amounts of charcoal. And tin apparently. I know that is absolutely chock full, so I'm going to start moving dusts over there. Just to free up a bunch of space. So, things that need to be cooking, just there. I went and collected a whole lot of snow. Because I need it for a winter rune that I needed for something. Can't for the life of me remember what it was though. So that'll be another thing that I will get to eventually. Probably sometime just after I remember what I actually got it for. At the time I was like, this is so important, I have to make sure I do this. But right now, I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, take that off. I like to do this when I go away and go mining and things like that. So right now, my quarry has, I would think, stopped completely. So you can see here that is totally done. And these, you know, have just used 100 millibuckets each. Let's grab 5 stacks of charcoal. And while we're doing that, we will place this down. Now I've got this accept set to pull from the right, so it just straight away starts draining the bucket into here. And now we kick it off. I had to move my 4th endo flame over a bit closer, because it seems like for some reason it wasn't actually picking them up at all, so only 3 of them were working. So the 4th one's working now. Look at there. I need to make sure I pick this up before it drains it all out. I need at least 1 bucket in there, so that I can put it back in here, so that the process can continue. I put a hopper here as well to just keep feeding saplings in, because I was running out. So yeah, I'm going to go restart the quarry and then make a detour to my mine, because I found some things down there and I thought I would show you. It's pretty cool too, because now that I have a fortune pick, hopefully it's going to be a good thing, and then I should quickly be able to make some, well, some of the next tier of furnaces. Hopefully it should work like that. So you can see here, oh, there's, so he's got no power, he's just hasn't cooled down yet, he's got none, he's got none as well, but he's got a bunch. But what happens is we come over here, place this on top, it starts automatically pushing out the bottom, so we turn that on, and it will take those 16 buckets and spread them evenly between the 4 engines, so they get about 4 buckets each. It's not quite even. Is there a round robin? You need like a liquid round robin pipe. No, there's not. Be nice if there was a liquid round robin pipe, that'd be kind of cool. See, these are going to start up again. This beam is going to get thick. Quarry is going to stop this measly little doodad and actually start doing something. And these will start warming up and building up energy. So I need to do that probably pretty much once every Minecraft day to keep it running. Oh, darn it. That's a very, very serious ender cat. See, that is a wither cat. Doesn't look like much, but you hit it, and if you don't kill it in the first hit, it puffs up into like a giant, I don't even know what you would call it, but it puffs up into a big, giant, angry panther, it looks like, but like with red eyes and evil, and have been killed a number of times by them. They also protect ender witches, which sucks for me when you're fighting an ender witch. Definitely the quickest way down. So coming through this way, found diamonds. So fortune pick plus diamonds equals good. So we got 4 diamonds. See, I mined all around them so you can tell. So let's see how many we get. 5. 5 out of 4. It's not great. Now I also have 2 diamonds here. You can see from the dripping lava and the obsidian, it actually did take a while. So that's 8 out of 6. That's not brilliant, but it's better than a poke in the eye. And I will probably continue off camera to do that until my Buildcraft quarry is actually getting me some more diamonds. I can't think of what I need diamonds for at this point. There must be something. I've also been using all the cobblestone that it's making where I can to try and make pentuple compressed cobblestone. So you put 9 cobblestone together, you get compressed cobblestone. Put 9 of them, you get double compressed. Then you get triple, then you get quadruple. And then I need 1 block of pentuple. And is it 4 blocks of regular? Quintuple. Yeah, that's it. So the recipe for that is quadruple compressed cobblestone by 9. But the uses for this is what's important to me. You can use it with 4 unstable ingots to make a portal to the deep dark. That's kind of an end game thing that I'd like to try and see if I can achieve. Not entirely sure I'll get there. Got any mana? Mana? Nope, we got nothing. That is getting close to half full though. That's a... probably isn't going to take too much of this. There we go. Half full. Sweet. I should now have what it takes to make a piece of terra steel again. I honestly didn't think that this was going to work for this episode. I thought I was going to be an episode or 2 away from having enough. Yeah, it's still just over half. So... there we go. Just in case it's looking like it's going to run out, I'll just throw my tablet on for a few seconds. Oh, no, watch it. Thought I was going to miss it. Yeah, so that's that really cool rune I was talking about. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. You know, even if I could make the portal this episode, I am not going to have the resources that's going to be required to actually open it. It's a good thing to work towards anyway. So that's just regular living wood. That's not a difficult recipe. When you look at what terra steel costs to make though, it's an expensive recipe. Okay, so what else do we need? Mana pylons. Okay, so that's 4 gold, 2 mana diamonds, 4 mana steel. This is certainly the downside with making terra steel. It just saps all of your resources, and then you feel kind of depressed afterwards because you've got nothing left. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get this set up, and then I'm not going to open it. What I do actually want to do though is... can you pick up a spark? Oh sweet. So shift right click with the wand, it picks up a spark. That is a neat and useful thing to know. Now what I really want to know though is how far these Natura pylons have to be out from the portal. So there's the portal, 1, 2, 3 blocks. So we'll call this the portal, 1, 2, 3 blocks. Let's call this 3 blocks. And how far off center was it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is going to look beautifully symmetrical. I'm going to love this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look at that. And the Natura pylon. Obviously they're meant to be full. So let's go grab my Elven Gateway core and we'll throw that in. So we know where we want this to be. And then all I need to do is just get a half a pool of mana in each of those. So from here it's 1, 2. So it should be just there. Let's double check that much that's right. So here, 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, Yeah, 3. Perfect. I don't know if that torch is going to be happy there, so I'm going to move that torch behind, and then a torch on either side. Well, I don't know if these pylons actually light things up. Where are the dark areas? So that still seems to be acceptable the way that it is, so that's good. So I need to really AFK for a while to get more mana. Until then, I need add glimmering living wood, just regular living wood and glimmering living wood, okay? I have 13 pieces. Pretty sure that's the recipe. That is right. Everyone at home is nodding. I tend to do that a bit where I just run a bit too close. Yeah, this is a pretty good spot for it too, I feel. I have to say that though, because it's kind of the only spot that I've actually got to put it. So yeah, when you only have one spot for something, that spot has to be good. What's that missing? Piece of living wood. So that looks an awful lot like a portal to Alfheim. Does yours look the same? Can I get them both on the same screen together? It's looking good. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I feel as though, for you guys, what will seem like just a split second between this episode and the next, which for me might feel like a day, I'm going to have this portal, and we're going to be able to play with the, I'm assuming it's the elves of Alfheim. I just recently watched an episode where Hey Yorkie just went through a process of automating how this works. Wow, so complicated. All these timers, and this thing's got to wait a certain amount of time, and then you got to use the hopper hock and pick things up, and then the one that starts with R that sounds like you're running really fast, to plonk them back down. Yeah, I think I will just stick. I mean, I've got Buildcraft, so if anyone could automate it, I probably can. But I'm just not sure I'm completely committed enough to working out how to do it. I would love to get into a creative world and actually work it out. I'm sure there's something to it. But I also want to get started with railcraft, and I've always wanted to make a tunnel bore. And I've also always wanted to make, I guess make is not the right word, but I've always wanted to fight the Ender Dragon, and beat him. I've done it once, but I did it in the old Technics for 1.2.5, and I was pretty much a flying god then. I could shoot like 100 arrows at a time, and I actually crashed it more than I killed him. So that's not exactly what I think most people are thinking of when they think of defeating the Ender Dragon. So I'd like to do it in this. I'd like to use my fancy bows of enchantment and stuff like that, and actually see if I can't do a decent job of killing the Ender Dragon. So yeah, so I think get this ready, go visit the elves. But yeah, my aim for this series, because I want to kind of conclude this before mods for 1.8 get really developed. But yeah, my aim for this is, and I'm going to do this even if 1.8 does come out first, I want to kill the Ender Dragon, kill the Wither, and kill the Gaia Guardian Spirits at least once. Now, I want to pull off like the complete sort of trifecta of boss mobs kills. Stop it. That's something that I think is achievable. That's something that I think is achievable to me in this series. I think, you know, I'm going to have the tools, I'm going to have the equipment, I'm going to have the drive to actually do it. Plus, it's going to be so epic to have killed all the bosses and be like, yeah, you bosses can't stand up to me. And I think the Terrorblade and a few other things are going to be a big part of that. But for now anyway, I don't think there's much more that I really need to do. I just need to wait for this to finish. You just need to make me more mana. You know, down to less than a quarter of a mana pool. And that's just not okay. So, I guess time will tell how long this takes. I might even make some more of those. And maybe plant them over here and hook them up to these guys. Just to get some extra mana beaming through more quickly. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Astocky out.